I'll be right back. I gotta grab a cup.
Welcome everybody to iOS Cup Series brought to you by Fort Worth Screen Printing. My name is Josh Hall. I'm joined tonight by Matt Knights, who had to step away for just a moment, but he'll be right back with us. And we're here for our season finale at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And this is going to be an exciting one for sure, as we got our top four getting ready to battle it out here at Vegas. We've got Cody Moore, Colin Willems, Brian Knuutti, and Dakota Camper to settle it tonight here at Las Vegas. And it should be a great one, as this one's really come down to the wire. You got four great drivers to tackle this this fun little cookie cutter here in Las Vegas. Matt, you back?
I'm back. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine, man. But yeah, I mean, Matt, it's been an exciting season so far, and I can't wait to see how this one plays out tonight.
Yeah, this is going to be something. Looking at the final four that you got up on the screen there, I mean, any one of them could easily win this. But man, is Cody Moore on a win streak right now, or what?
Oh, he sure is. We'll get the graphics off the screen here so we can take a look at qualifying. Right now we see Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence out on track right now, making his qualifying attempt.
And don't look now, but it looks like the old number 18 is on the pole currently.
Top of the board. And let's take a look at our race info tonight. And we'll see that 100 laps here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Just over a mile and a half. Track temperature right now 115 degrees. Nick Mather says congratulations to the top four for getting this far. Let's go 18, get that W. So I'll have to see where these guys follow suit here, as they're still working around this tough track. And the nice thing, you see these guys going to be running down on that apron tonight too. That's going to be a definitely a place to run.
Josh, how does this track compare to some of the other mile and a halves? What's unique about Vegas?
Vegas is a very, very bumpy track. It's an older surface. There's a lot of bumps, especially through turns 3 and 4. You can really get the car really upset through the corners there, as we see Joe Wright going around making his qualifying lap. All the dirt, is the mic better? I just turned it up just a little bit. Just let me know. Over on Twitch, Coraline Mathers says, "Let's go, Colin."
Now, is it me, or is the banking flatter here?
I think it's a little steeper banked personally. I think this is a much more banked track. We could ride around. Let's take a ride with TJ Floyd here. We'll jump right on that roof with him. We'll take a look here as he comes through the corners here, and you can see he's doing a little lifting here.
Is it wider than say Charlotte?
It's about the same width as a Charlotte or a Kansas, but right here as you get through the corners, you can see him running up on that first seam. There's a lot of bouncing, a lot of bumps right there that can really upset the car as you're going through there, especially here through 3 and 4. If you get just a little too low, there's a couple bumps that will really just upset the car and shoot it up the track. As you see, TJ just got really loose there through the corner, and we'll take a look here as TJ goes through the corners here. Actually, it looks like he's all done. We'll follow Will Witt around here. You'll notice, as I'm saying, just how much that car really bounces around through the corner. And you can see it right there. It's already starting to bounce. We got Logan Hagerman saying, "Bring that cup home to Canada, Colin." And Abiana Dixon says, "Let's go, Colin." And we have a very special Wreckage Rewind tonight, if we have to use it. Dedicated to the one, the only Isaiah Gill.
Oh, is this a new one?
Oh, this is a brand new one, Matt.
Oh, I can't wait.
Well, it's not new for say, but you'll see. Hey, Will Witt coming around here, finish up his qualifying attempt.
we've only got we got less than 3 minutes to go here, and I do not see Cody Moore putting in a qualifying lap yet.
Yeah, Cody Moore has not put in a qualifying lap yet. Brandon White just jumped out on track to make his qualifying attempt. Let's see where our final four are right now. Colin Willems currently on the pole. Brian Knuutti sitting in 4th. Dakota Camper sitting in 10th. And as you mentioned, Cody Moore has not turned a lap yet with 2 minutes left.
Here he comes.
There you go. It's one of our championship 4 right there, Cody Moore. And that branded car coming out on track. Russell Martin says, Colin is super fast. Colin is always super fast. Derek Riegel says, let's go Carolina Sim Racing. And Dean Qualley says, hey guys. Dean, how you doing tonight?
Dean, hey, how you doing?
Cassie Willems says, Colin for the iOS Cup Championship. We'll have to see who's going to get that championship tonight. As we know, Cody is definitely fast around here as well.
Josh, if Colin does win this, we got to petition the admin here to put the bot squad on the trophy as well. Thank you, bot squad, and everybody out there for continuing to support us, watch this series, join Josh and I every week. We certainly appreciate all of you.
Absolutely, and I think this is the biggest crowd we've had here on Intensity in a while, as we got 24 people watching across all platforms. Unfortunately, I don't know what the count is on Roku and Fire TV. That's right, Roku and Fire TV, if you don't know, we also broadcast on there with the eRacing TV app. So check that out if you haven't already. You can download that on Fire Stick and Roku. It's eSpace Racing TV. And we have over 100,000 downloads so far. And Cody Moore.
Sorry.
Cody Moore to the outside pole. Michael Lawrence says, Knuutti for the win. And Dean Qualley says, we appreciate you broadcasting our series. Thank you. It's a pleasure. We enjoy watching you guys race. And, of course, Brian Knuutti with the typical Go Colin. So with about 5 seconds left in qualifying, it looks like everybody's made their lap. Who's going to make their lap? Max McClure and Todd Mays have not turned a lap, and that's going to be it, as we're going to take a look at our grid. And on pole tonight, Colin Willems with a 32.97 blazing fast lap. Cody Moore on the outside in the 52 machine. Dustin Dean in the 21 is going to roll off 3rd. And the 4th spot, Brandon White in the 019.
Starting 5th is the number 5 of Bobby Mays. Brian Knuutti in the 40 will start 6th next to him. 7th, Russell Martin in the 15, and Kyle Mays in the 55 starts 8th.
In the 9th spot, Will Witt in the 35 machine. Outside of him, to round out row 5, will be Logan Hagerman in the 7. Then Eddie Morris in the 8, and Dakota Camper will round out row 6.
13th, we'll see the 49 of TJ Floyd. James F. Moore in the 61 is next to him in 14th. 15th sees Blake Hensley in the 31. And our own Intensity Racing Joe Wright in the 82 is 16th.
17th, Brett Merle Jr. in the 12 machine. Outside of him in row 9, Michael White in the 09. And then Derek Chaputh in the 37 and Greg Froelich round out row 10.
Rounding out the field, 21st is Michael Perlvolt in the 95. Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence in the 47, next to him in 22nd, and then in 23rd, 24th, Todd Mays in the 25, and Max McClure, the admin, in the 19.
In case you're just tuning in, here at Las Vegas, we're going to see 100 laps. Track length, like I said, just over a mile and a half, so 1.52. Track temperature has gone up a little bit, 114 degrees, so that's going to be tricky for these guys. We're going to be slip sliding all around the track tonight, but we see the field all lined up on the front stretch here and ready to rock.
And only 3 sets of tires for 100 laps. It's asking a little bit.
That is asking a little bit. And it looks like the pace car is going to start rolling here. We're going to form them up. Knuutti says, Bot Squad, let's go.
Do you have any idea, Josh, what the fuel window looks like? Can they go 35, 40 laps on a tank?
You know, I think these guys are going to be able to go about 45 to 55 on a tank of fuel. But the tires are going to be what they're going to be screaming for. You know, personally, if it's me out there, I know it's a 100-lap race. I'm shooting for lap 33 to 35 to come in and pit. If we run green. That way you can break the race into 3 separate segments. And make sure you're there at the end with, some fresh tires. Or you might even try to push it 45 and 45, or 45 to the end, maybe 50 to the end, and keep a set of tires for a late race caution. We've seen that come back and bite Stephen Black a few times, people getting tires and him staying out to lose the race. So we'll have to see how strategy plays out, being there's only those 3 sets of tires. Dean Qualley says lots of pressure on Colin. Got to bring another championship back to Canada. As the pace car is getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Colin Willems is going to lead him to the starting zone.
All right, it's time.
Green flags in the air here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We're doing our last time in the iOS Cup Series this year. And Colin Willems with a great jump to start the race. Cody Moore going to get passed here by Dustin Dean, it looks like. Dustin's got him clear. See the field come down the backstretch, spreading out, and pretty much single file. Here comes Cody Moore down to the bottom underneath Dustin Dean. And you see those bumps. He hit the bumps and washed up the track a little bit, but they're side by side for second place. Cody all the way down on the apron here. Gets a little squirrely coming off the apron on the transition, but able to hang on to it. He's going to get around Dustin Dean, take away that second spot. Here comes Brian Knuutti underneath the 5 of Bobby Mays, trying to take away that 4th spot right now. Looks like he's going to take it easily. So right now, 3 of our 4 top contenders in the top 5. As we see a great battle here between Brian Knuutti, Bobby Mays, and Kyle Mays right here in the mix as well. And Colin Willems under a little...
We got a wreck going into pit road here. Looks like TJ Floyd.
And Brian Merle Jr.
Although they're going to keep going.
Yep, no yellow. Saying Colin Willems is getting a little bit of pressure right now as they're 3 wide in the back. They were just 3 wide in the back for a moment. That was Dakota Camper trying to make some moves forward, but he's unfortunately fallen back a little bit. Up front, Cody Moore trying to make the pass here, and Colin Willems for the lead. And through 1 and 2, I feel like that high side is really going to be the place to be. But as they come through 3 and 4, I think Cody's going to have a little bit more of an advantage down on the bottom. As you see, he's able to drive right around Colin, slide up in front of him and take the lead. Oh, he's going to stay down. But he's got him clear, but just barely, as he's going to try to take away that low entry in. And here comes Colin back on the outside with a head of steam.
Yeah, boy, I think you're right, Josh. Low in 1 and 2 and high in 3 and 4.
Yeah, that's the way I always try to run this track all the time. But Cody's able to get by him here, slide up in front for sure, and complete the pass. And you know who loves to see those two battling hard like that is Brian Knuutti, sitting back in the 4th spot. Brian under a little pressure, though, from Kyle Mays. As Knuutti's able to work that high side through 1 and 2. Oh, Kyle, back at the front here. Colin Willems just made a little move trying to get around Cody, but Cody was able to stay out in front. Oh, little come off the transition there, almost up into the side of Colin. Colin being very aware there, saw that, able to get up the track and get out of the way just a little bit. Hard racing for the lead here.
It is, and that can't be good for tires.
That's why I said right now, I know Knuutti is loving to see this right now, as it's letting him eat up tires, and you see Dustin Dean starting to reel him in just a little bit. As you see, Dustin Dean is definitely reeling him in now, and so isn't Brian Knuutti.
And we're only coming up on lap 10. I mean, we were just talking 25, 30 more laps on this set of tires.
Yeah, unless they go to try to stretch it longer. I mean, it's been a green flag so far, and like I said, right now we've got our top three of our top 4 currently running 1st, 2nd, and 4th. And then Dakota Camper is sitting back in 13th. And Dakota might be trying to save his tires, as I apologize. I pull away from that. Dustin Dean trying to make a move around Colin Willems for that 2nd spot. I think Dean might be able to clear him here going into turn 1. I think Colin just burnt up his tires trying to defend against Cody Moore, but Cody starting to stretch his legs a little bit, up to a half-second lead. And Dakota Camper in a little bit of a battle here with Blake Hensley. This is for 12th and 13th. Which is not where Dakota wants to be. He wants to be up there at the front, battling for this championship, not stuck back, running mid-pack.
Boy, something's not right with that 18.
Yeah, I just gotta say, Knuutti around the 18, and now the 18's really falling back, and his lap times are about a half a second slower than the leaders.
He didn't brush the wall or something, did he?
I was just thinking, I hope he didn't make some contact with the wall or anything. The car looks clean as we see it go by here. Let's as we take a look at this car, yeah, everything looks straight on the car. Everything looks good. No scrapes, no big bumps. I think he's just struggling a little bit on these tires. Now a little battle on track between the 019 of Brandon White and Joseph Wright. And you see coming into the picture in front of these guys is the 18 of Colin Willems, who, like we said, is just struggling right now. I don't know if it's the tires are hurting him or what.
I just heard him on the radio say he's very, very tight.
So it does sound like he burnt up those tires. One guy having a pretty good run so far is the 15, Russell Martin, up in the top 7 right now. As we took, yeah, that car just looks a bit off. And let's ride along with Colin here and seeing how much he has to lift going into the corners here, and that'll tell the tale of how tight that car really is. You can see his steering wheel too. See how much he has to turn the wheel, and
See, it looks like he's fighting it.
yeah, you hear him lifting in the middle of the corner. That's never a fun feeling. Now we ride along with Cody Moore, and we'll be able to hear just how much he's not lifting. Yeah, Cody able to pick the throttle back up and keep it wide open. Where Colin, you hear him working that throttle on and off the throttle, trying to keep that thing turning. Because right now, like he said, it's just not turning for him. And when we talk about loose and tight, for those of you who don't really follow the racing too much, that means how the car is handling. If the car is loose, that means it wants to spin out. It's on the ragged edge. When it's tight, the car just doesn't want to turn. It plowing it. It feels like the car just wants to wash up the track, and you can't get the car to turn. And you know, my favorite analogy is if the car is loose, you're probably going to hit the wall with the back of it, or hit the wall with the back of your car. If the car is tight, you're probably going to hit the wall with the front of it. So. But yeah, right now, fellow Canadian Logan Hageman all over the back bumper of Colin here. But Cody Moore stretching his legs a bit, walking away from Dustin Dean. And being the finale, there are no stage points, I don't believe, tonight, if that is correct.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I'm pretty sure I remember there are no stage points on the line tonight, so
That would make sense.
the person who finishes the best tonight will be your champion. As we see, the field's pretty much strung out single file right now. Everybody kind of buying their time. Logan Hagerman to the top. Brandon White to the bottom. Brandon's going to get around Hagerman here. To take away that 8th spot. Oh, but Brandon gets real loose on the bottom there. That allows Hagerman to come right back. And here comes Will Witt in the picture as well.
Yeah, I've been noticing a number of cars that if they go off the track on the apron, coming back up, it's upsets that car a little bit. Gets it a little loose.
The Battle of the Mazes here. Kyle Mays and Bobby Mays. Kyle in the 55, Bobby in the 5. These two are having a pretty good run here. Sitting back in 4th and 5th. Side by side. These guys are racing each other really hard. And these guys aren't even in the playoffs. They're just going for bragging rights right now.
Now we got another group of 6 cars back here with Logan Hagerman and Joe Wright, Will Witt, looks like.
Yep, Blake Hensley. Look, Dakota Camper in this mix too, and yeah, these guys are 5-6 cars under a blanket right now. Great racing though, as these guys are battling hard. And we're almost 4 wide for a second coming through the corner. They are 3 wide though, and oh, some contact made. Blake Hensley, what a save for the 31.
Boy, that had to be a pucker moment if you're Dakota right there.
Yeah, and they're still 3 wide. Joe Wright, the meat in that sandwich, as Dakota Camper is going to try to escape down to the apron there. Derek Chaput also joining the mix here. As we just hit the quarter mark of the race, and these guys are battling like it's the last lap.
And I know Dakota's got to be sitting there saying, "Get me out of this mess."
Yeah, Dakota almost got into the back of Will Witt there, and looks like Dakota may have saved his stuff. I know he fell back a little bit, or kind of hasn't lost the position. He's right where he started, but you can see now he's starting to find a little bit of speed. Up front, though, the lead for Cody Moore is just extending. As we'll take a look here at the battle box for position here. Oh, it's weird I can't get the battle box for first and second. Huh. Well, my battle box doesn't want to work tonight.
Well, right now I'm showing Cody with about almost a 2-second lead.
Yep, I've got another graphic I can pull up on screen here. As you can see, Cody Moore steadily pulling away from Dustin Dean here. It was just under a second and a half on lap 22. And last time by on 27, it was almost 2 seconds. This time by, it will be over 2 seconds as Cody Moore's putting his first car a lap down. That's the 49 of TJ Floyd. So it makes me wonder if anybody's going to try to short pit here and use all 3 sets of tires to try to catch Cody Moore. So right now, Cody is just flying.
What was his last lap time?
Last time by, last time by he ran a 32.12. His best lap's a 30.40, but when it comes down to it, Dustin Dean just ran a 32.4.
So 3/10?
Yeah. Although Brian Knuutti's running the same times as Cody Moore right now. And Bobby Mays is actually the fastest car on track right now. He ran a 32.10. Let's see what this time by holds. Cody Moore ran a 32.13. Dustin Dean ran a 32.21. Brian Knuutti with another 32.24. He's being consistent. And Bobby Mees with another 32.10. So these guys are clicking off some laps here as we're just past lap 30 out of 100 here at Las Vegas on iRacing. In the iOS Cup Series, brought to you by Fort Worth Screen Printing. I see another battle here. Colin Willems and Brandon White. Brandon up on the high side, and Colin's still fighting that really tight car, and you can see that. He's trying to hook it down on the bottom to try to get that thing to turn, and it's just not working for him. He's going to lose another position. He's going to fall back to 8th. And Brian Knuutti has gotten around Dustin Dean. And Bobby Mays has gotten around Dustin Dean. So Dustin Dean's starting to fall off a little bit. His last lap was a 32.86. So I think Dustin's having a little tire wear issues as well, as it looks like that 21 is going to come to pit road. He's going to be the first taker. On lap 33, that's that number I was talking about earlier, Matt.
Be interesting to see if anyone follows him in.
Brian Knuutti has Bobby Mays all over his back bumper. Bobby Mays looking to the inside here, coming down the backstretch. He's going to have the position going in the corner. And looks like Knuutti's going to have to give up that second spot to Bobby Mays here. But I think he's okay with that right now because Bobby's turning some laps. And he's actually running faster than the leader right now. But by running faster, that just means he's burning his stuff up. A little further back, we see Dakota Camper, one of our playoff or our championship 4 here, battling with Colin Willems, another one of our championship 4. Cody Moore to pit lane.
That does Nick. Doesn't that kind of mean that the other three uh, playoff drivers have to follow him?
You know, if I was them, I would be, especially guys like Dakota Camper and Colin Willems, who are having some issues right now. If I
Colin
was,
is coming in this time.
yep, there you go. So you see Cody getting to his pit stall. Colin Willems getting ready to pull onto pit road here.
Dakota Camper is not coming in this time.
And Colin gets it down to pit road speed right in front of him. You see the 019 of Brandon White. Let's make sure Colin gets into his pit stall. Nice and clean. He's going to have that first pit stall all the way down at the end of pit road.
I'm watching Dustin Dean, who just came out with fresh tires on, just driving through the field.
And Brian Knuutti's staying out, and I think
So
this
is Dakota.
Dakota and Knuutti, and I think for Knuutti, this is the right call for him. He's really good at managing tires and staying out there longer than pretty much anybody else can. And I think he's just logging laps right now and hoping that a caution comes out.
Yeah, I think it's both he and Dakota are both hoping a caution comes out, because I'd have to look. Yeah, that would trap a couple of guys a lap down.
Yeah, and as I mentioned before, I think there's really two strategies to this race. You come in and pit at 33.66 and hold off for the end.
Coming in.
Knuutti's coming in this time. And I think the lap times that he was pulling, it made sense for him to stay out. See Brian Knuutti coming onto pit road.
Oh, there's a whole slew coming in.
Yep, Will Witt, Joe Wright, Eddie Morse coming in behind. See how Knuutti gets to his pit stall here. Make sure he gets in nice and clean. Doesn't slide the tires. Gets in there. Good. That's going to give the lead to Blake Hensley, and just behind him, Dakota Camper. And I think Dakota is putting down some times right now. You see him just drive around Blake. Oh, they're coming to pit road now, too. Oh. Down to pit road speed. Oh, Camper get a little blink there, but down to pit road speed. That's going to give the lead to Derek Chaput. Let's see how Dakota gets into his pit stall. See if he gets in nice and clean. Overdrives his pit stall. He's going to have to back up. That's it's going to hurt him quite a bit there. Slow him down. Let's see, Derek Chaput, your current leader, hasn't pit yet.
He's coming now.
Here he comes. And that's going to give the lead back to Cody Moore. And you know what that did is that actually, I think, helped out Brian Knuutti a little bit, because he was able to stay out there an extra 5 laps. So he's going to have 5 lap fresher tires than these guys out here. And I think when it comes down to it, that's going to be a huge difference. Colin Willems here, battling with the 55 of Kyle Mays. And he's able just to pull on right on by. Brandon White catching Mays as well. So right now, your championship 4, the 52 of Cody Moore's leading. Brian Knuutti in the 40, he's sitting back in 4th. Colin Willems in 5th. And Dakota Camper currently sitting back in 10th. As Dakota Camper trying to work around Blake Hensley here. He's got Will Witt right behind him as well. Almost some contact between him and Hensley.
There, maybe we'll get to see what Dakota's got now. He's kind of been stuck in traffic most of this race so far.
Oops. Kyle Mays, Brandon White having a little bit of a battle here. This is for 6th and 7th. You know who's having a really bad race tonight? I'm kind of surprised he's running kind of poorly is Logan Hagerman. Hagerman currently sitting back in the 19th spot, just going around Michael Lawrence for 18th. But yeah, Logan normally up front, having a little bit of an issue. Just got lapped by the 52 of Cody Moore, who you see right in front of him. And just in front of Cody, you've got the 95 of Michael Provolt and the 25 of Todd Mays battling side by side. And as the leader, that's not what you want to see, is two cars battling like that as you're approaching them. So he's able to get underneath Todd Mays here, and actually Hagerman's going to follow him right on through as well. And Cheeseburger Lawrence, so those guys are both going to pass Mays here. Hagerman all over Cody's back bumper. A little battle here between Eddie Morris and Blake Hensley. Heard anything else on the radio? Anybody else talking about problems or how their car's handling?
No, it's been pretty quiet. Other than just, you know, people letting the leaders by.
And how about this, Matt? I'm not trying to jinx anything, but we're almost to halfway, and we haven't had a caution yet.
Oh, boy, you had to say something.
I did.
I just heard Dustin Dean say that over the radio. Oh, now, if I remember right, though, last season's championship race, I don't recall there being very many cautions that time either.
I think you're right. It's been a while. It's been quite a few races since that happened, but as all the dirt says, I was thinking the same thing. A little battle here on track between Kyle Mays and Russell Martin. Looks like Russell's getting a little bit of a run here on Kyle.
And you see these three cars right behind Cody Moore, all battling for that lucky dog position.
As Cody Moore is just putting on a bit of a battle here, or a clinic here.
Yeah, as if to say, follow me, guys. I'll show you how to get around this track.
But Hagerman and Cheeseburger staying right there, and Todd Mays all staying right there with him, keeping pace. And he hasn't really got up to Michael Provolt yet either, so I think he might be just kind of pacing himself a little bit. As we work lap 52 of 100. And Hagerman almost getting into the back bumper of Cody Moore there.
Just give him a little push.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hagerman's just trying to say, hey, let's go. He might be a little bit faster, even though he's a lap down. But again, as the championship 4 there, you really don't want to mess up his race. I know he's the leader, but more so the leader, your championship leader at the moment.
Yeah, do you want to, even if he's not in the championship 4, do you want to be the guy that's a lap down that takes out the leader?
No, but imagine being the guy that's a lap down that takes out the leader that's the championship leader too.
That's just like the double whammy.
Unless Logan's trying to spin him out so his fellow Canadian Colin Willems can win the championship.
Logan's not like that. Now, there's a couple other guys that, if you said, probably agree with you, but
Brian Knuutti on a tear right now. Going around the 5 of Bobby Mays. It looks like those a little bit fresher tires are making a difference right now. As
is he catching up on time? A lot, yeah.
Yeah, last time by he ran a 31.51. In comparison, Cody Moore ran a 31.75. That time Cody ran a 31.84. And this time by Knuutti just ran a 31.78. So Nudie's actually faster than the leader by quite a bit right now. And I think it's because he stayed out for those extra couple laps. So his tires are just a little bit fresher. They haven't started to cliff and plateau yet. And what I mean by that cliff and plateau is there comes to a point where the tires just, they feel like they fall off like a cliff. You're running around just fine, and all of a sudden your handling just goes away immediately, as you see Knuutti going around Dustin Dean here. And plateauing is just when the tires get to a point where you can't go any faster. You just kind of stall out and keep running the same lap times, as we kind of see Cody Moore doing right now.
That's when you use the brake to turn, right?
Yeah, you got to use the brake a little bit to turn the car. You can dial a little rear brake in, put a little more pressure to the rear brakes. Help that car turn a little bit. Usually when you're loose, you want some more front brake, and when you're tight, when you're tight, you want a little more rear brake to help the car turn. There's a lot of tools these drivers have to their disposal, even though they're running fixed setups and don't have control over, things like wedge and tape and things like that. There's other things that you can do to change the way the car handles. Back up your corners a little bit. That means, get let off a little bit earlier to help the car slow down a little bit to get through the corner. Sometimes fast can be slow. But right now, Knuutti just on a tear as he's up to the second spot now, and he's got a 7-second gap to Cody Moore, but I don't think he's going to catch him here, but another cycle of pit stops like we just saw, and he might be able to. A little further back, Bobby Mays going around Dustin Dean here, trying to take away that third spot from Dustin. And right behind him, you see Greg Froelich, who is currently a lap down, sitting in 21st. But he's keeping pace with these guys right now. So my question is, when does everybody come back in? Do they do the 3-stop or the 2-stop where they come in on 66 to make it to the end, or do you think someone's...
I'm wondering if anyone's just going to take 2 tires to try to catch up to Cody.
I took 2 tires a couple weeks ago in the original Rebels race at Michigan last week. And I felt like 2 tires was manageable.
I mean, you could probably pick up 5, 6, 7 seconds.
Well, it also depends how much fuel you have to take. If you have to take a full tank of fuel, then 2 tires isn't going to make much of a difference.
No, if you got to sit for the can to empty anyway.
Exactly. Might as well take all 4. Dakota Camper up into the 9th position. The 55 really loose in front of Dakota Camper. Saw that battle just the right time as the 55 was just sideways. Some great battles all across the track right now. See Will Witt in this mix as well. Behind, we got a couple intensity drivers. Joe Wright and Eddie Morris trying to stock Blake Hensley here. And don't look now, but that gap is shrinking. And it's shrinking quickly. So you can see on lap 56, the gap was almost 7.5 seconds. Now the gap's down to 6 seconds. Now it's under 6 seconds. So Brian Knuutti's found something, and he's coming quick. Brian Knuutti, one of the only drivers out there still running 31-second laps. The only other one running 31-second laps is Dakota Camper, sitting back in 8th. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to catch him here, but I imagine if Cody's trying to run that strategy, he might come in the next 2 or 3 laps here. Colin Willems in a battle here with Russell Martin trying to get that 5th spot away. And man, who would have thought that our championship race would be caution-free for 65 laps?
Well, I wouldn't have. But I'm just one person.
How am I supposed to use wreckage replays when we don't have any wrecks?
And you had to go and tease all of us.
I know. A little further back here, Kyle Mays, Blake Hensley, Will Witt all battling for position. This is for 9th, 10th, and 11th here. And that gap, just under 5.5 seconds now. Derek Riegel says must be because the 86 isn't racing. That's a possibility, Derek. No, just playing around. Derek is the 86, and I haven't seen him cause too many accidents out there. Actually, I can't remember any accidents that he's caused, so definitely not the 86. There's a couple other cars on track, though, I'm surprised haven't caused anything, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut on that.
There's still time.
Brandon White and Colin Willems here battling. And here comes Dakota Camper into the picture as well. Dakota, that car looks like it's on rails right now. It is just flying.
All right, we could start seeing some pit stops
Dustin Dean.
anytime.
Dustin Dean, the first one to pit road yet again. So that means that if I was Cody Moore, if he's running the same strategy, he'd either be coming in this time or next time. So Cody Moore stays out on track this time. Great view of this 1.5 miles here set in Las Vegas, Nevada. Vegas is definitely one of my favorite cities to visit. And Cody stays out yet again. Matt, you ever been out to Vegas?
I have not.
Yeah, it's definitely a place I highly recommend going if you've never been. So much to do, so much to see. The atmosphere is like nothing else. I've been out there twice. Both times I didn't want to come home.
But you had to anyway.
I had to anyway, yeah.
Someone's got to pay the rent.
Well, the first time I went out there, I went for work.
My heart bleeds for you.
Yeah, I used to work for Chevrolet, and they sent us out to Ron Fellows driving school to race Corvette or drive Corvettes around a racetrack for 3 days. So that was training. And and then 2 years ago, I went out for nationals in bowling. As Joseph Wright is the next car to hit pit lane. But our leaders, oh, here comes Cody Moore now onto pit lane. He's able to get that thing slowed down, mowed down to pit lane speed. That's going to give the lead to Brian Knuutti. So now, if you're Brian Knuutti, do you come in because you know that the time that you're going to lose to Cody Moore on pit road here? Colin Willems also on pit road. See Colin coming to his box, see if he can get in here. He's going to have that first spot, and he's going to be entering his pit stall at about the same time that Cody Moore is going to be pulling away, as you see. Couldn't have called that better if I tried.
This is taking 2 or 4. I don't see any tires going on.
I don't see any tires going on that car, yeah.
Okay.
That's going to put Brian Newton. Let's see if that actually helped his pit stop at all. We can actually...
I'm surprised. I would have taken at least right sides.
See if we can see that on the screen here, which we cannot. I'll have to add a few more cars to this mix here to see if we can see. I can't see it right now, so we'll next time they come through here, we'll have to take a look at that when everything cycles through to see if that pit... Oh, I can't see pit time on my time and scoring here, and that was Colin Willems. It was a faster pit stop. He had a 11 and a half second pit stop compared to where is I'm trying to find him on my timing here. Cody Moore, that had a 15-second pit stop. So that's 4 seconds right there. But how much time are you going to lose on the track due to speed? So right now, Cody Moore just ran a 30.61, and Colin Willems ran a 32.32. And
it's only 2 laps.
Yep, and to put in perspective, Brian Knuutti's out there running 32.27s as the leader. And I'm sure Brian's thinking about that, although right now Cody Moore is a lap down, and you can see Cody trying to unlap himself. With 25 laps to go, if Knuutti can make it to the end, he might stay out and try to stretch it.
I think he almost has to.
Because they're running 30-second laps. If you've got...
Would you say 2 seconds a lap?
2 seconds a lap for 25 laps, that's not 30 seconds.
No, 15 laps, he'll catch him again.
Yeah, so... I think Knuutti might be banking on a caution here. Yeah, because he's staying out here, so... I don't know. Strategy. These guys have a couple different things going through their head as Brandon White, Greg Froelich hit pit lane for the final time, unless we get a yellow. Dakota Camper sitting in second right now, and he's... almost 10 seconds behind Brian Knuutti, so another one who's trying to stretch it and see if he can make some kind of strategy work for him here. And
Boy,
Brian Knuutti...
Long way to try to go on fuel, though.
Yep, Brian Knuutti to pit lane, and I wonder if he's going to try to do the same thing Colin Willems did, maybe take 2 tires and not quite...
Did Colin get 2 tires?
Colin did not, but I'm wondering if Knuutti might take 2 here, because gets into his box clean. Let's see if the right side does go up here. We'll have to check to see if the left side goes up in the air. Yep, 4 tires for Brian Knuutti. And Cody Moore just went around him, and Cody's got... Knuutti's got about 9 seconds to make up on Cody Moore now. Dakota Camper, though, your leader. Hoping that a yellow comes out. Now, fortunately for Knuutti comes out right in front of the leader, so he's going to stay on the lead lap if something was to happen right now. As we're coming to 20 to go. And Dakota Camper in the pit lane. See if he can get down to 55 miles an hour before the marker, which he does. So now all of our championship 4 of pit with just 20 laps to go. That's going to give the lead back to Cody Moore. And at this point now, all Brian Knuutti can really hope for is
He needs a caution.
He needs a caution, but he is. Let's take a look at our track map. We can see where our cars are on track.
Almost 20 seconds back.
Yeah, they're almost a lap. You see the 52, which is highlighted in green, and then you see the 40 just coming through 3 and 4 now onto the front stretch. So yeah, it's Cody Moore. It's about a half a lap right now that Brian Knuutti has to make up. Unless something detrimental happens here, Cody Moore just has to keep it straight and keep it off the wall. Now it's Cody Moore out there, not Stephen Black, because if it was Stephen Black, the yellow would have came out 5 laps ago.
No. It would come out with 5 laps to go.
Oh, that's true. Well, it's come out twice then. With enough time for people to come in and pit and take that other set of tires they have. So right now, as they run, Cody Moore in first, Bobby Mays in second, Dustin Dean third, Brian Knuutti fourth, and Kyle Mays sitting in your top 5 as we got just 17 laps to go here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Cody Moore just putting on a show. Straight up clinic here. As he's got over an 8-second lead to second and about a 13-second lead to Brian Knuutti. Trying to see if I can get some kind of battle box here, but my battle box does not seem to be working right now. Let's try to get the exact intervals. Although you can see that at the top of the screen going across the ticker. And only 9 cars on the lead lap right now, too. Yeah, 8 seconds back to Mays, 11 seconds back to Knuutti. Knuutti just got around Dustin Dean. And Knuutti is the fastest car on track right now, but I don't think he's going to be able to catch, well, never say never. He's about a second faster a lap.
That's what he needs.
And he's 11 seconds back. So if he keeps that up, he should catch Cody Moore with about 4 laps to go. Wouldn't that be exciting?
Oh, we shall see.
Time,
so many other variables with, the tires are going to continue to fall off. There's lap traffic in front of both of them.
Yeah, Brian's still about a second a lap faster right now. I just got a message across Twitch here that Moore is saving his stuff. Tell him to keep saving because I want to see this thing come down to the end. Because right now, Brian Knuutti is driving like a man possessed.
Yeah, on my side here, I'm seeing anywhere from 7 to 9 tenths per lap.
Can Knuutti pull it off? Can we stay green for another 10 laps?
Boy, that's that would be a miracle.
Yeah, we see on the track map, no real battles on track. Everybody kind of spread out right now. It's all about Moore hitting his marks and see what he's able to do. As that time by, he ran a 31.70. See where Brian Knuutti runs. See if he's starting to lose a little bit here as he comes across the line. He ran a 31.30, so now it's about a half a second as Brian Knuutti runs down Bobby Mays and passes him for the second position. 10 laps to go. A 9-second interval. Man, this is going to come down to the wire. And Dakota Camper is sitting back in the 7th position. And Colin Willems actually a lap down, sitting back in 14th. So all those in the bot squad, fortunately Colin having a bad day, but we still got 9 laps to go. Anything can happen here in the iOS Cup Series. We've seen it before. Got a little battle back here between Will Witt and Blake Hensley. As these two... Oh, Blake gets a little loose there coming off of turn number 2. And something like that is not what Cody Moore wants to see. But it's exactly what Brian Knuutti wants to see is somebody having some issues here on track.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but looks like Brian's lap times are starting to fall off just a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
He's still gaining, but not at the rate that he needs to.
As we can take a look at the Delta here. And you can see how fast Knuutti was catching early in the run. On lap 88, he is 10 seconds back. But then it just slowly started fading off. And 8 seconds back with 6 laps to go is definitely not where he needs to be.
Yeah, I'm only seeing between 3 and 4 tenths a lap pick up now.
So unless we have a yellow or a green-white checker, as I see Colin Willems on the pit road, that's pretty much going to end his chances at a championship here in the iOS Cup Series. But right now, it's all Cody Moore. Cincinnati, Ohio native comes across the line. We have just under 5 laps to go. He crossed the line with 4 laps to go here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. As Cody Moore is now catching up to Joseph Wright to put him a lap down. Joe having a solid run, though, sitting back in 10th. And Cody is about to start running into the top 10 here. Putting them a lap down with 3 laps to go.
That's kind of saying something. With this group, what do we got, 23 drivers out here?
Yep.
And only 9 on the lead lap?
That gap's still too great for Brian Knuutti to overcome. As popsicle sticks are in the air, 2 laps to go here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. As long as we don't see a yellow flag here, that's pretty much going to wrap it up here. Coming around turn number 4. White flags in the air. Cody Moore just has to keep it on the track and keep it clean for the next 1.5 miles. as he goes through turns 1 and 2 for the last time here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And for the final time this season, off at turn number 4, the 52 of Cody Moore is your winner and your iOS Cup Series champion.
3 in a row.
With 3 wins in a row to do it. What a win. What a dominating performance for Cody Moore.
Yeah, that was pretty much wire to wire.
Pretty much, yeah. I think
He and Colin fought it out the first couple of laps, and
I think Dustin Dean might have led a lap here as well, but we see Cody Moore, your champion. And he's going to burn it down here on the front stretch. Him and Colin Willems exchanging pleasantries right here. It's a little Polish victory lap here. Let's see if we can take a look at our final standings for the season here. As Cody's burning it down on the front stretch here. Your winner, Cody Moore, and your champion with a 7-second win over Brian Knuutti. Bobby Mays, Dustin Dean, Russell Martin. Round out your top 5. And I'm going to take this off the screen right now so we can see Cody Moore celebrating. Everybody coming to congratulate him here on the front stretch. Craig Froenig doing some donuts. But a well-deserved Polish victory lap here for Cody Moore. We'll have to see if Bobby Mays is in the waiting room. Get our results back up here on the screen for you. Dakota Camper coming home in 6th, Kyle Mays 7th, Blake Hensley 8th, Will Witt 9th, and Joe Wright with a top 10 here is now everybody comes in to congratulate Cody Moore with the Demolition Derby on the front stretch. All the dirt, we didn't get to see the Gill Wreckage replay. I know. I was very disappointed not to show that tonight. Maybe I'll keep it up and we'll have cleaner racing. I don't know. Buddy Toulouse says congratulations to Cody. As everybody's still burning it down. We don't have anybody in our waiting room just yet. But man, what a race. Wire to wire. No green, no yellows. Not something you normally see.
now why can't they do that all the time?
Right? I'm waiting for well, it doesn't look like we're going to see Bobby Mays in here tonight, but I do see I know we will see Brian Knuutti. I'm just waiting for him to pop down into the waiting room. I see Cody Moore in there, but we're going to talk to our championship winner last. As Dakota Camper's helping out back there. And, yeah, still waiting for Brian Knuutti to pop in. About to pull him down myself. There we go. Let's talk to Brian here. Brian, you got Josh and Matt in the booth. You got us?
I got you, buddy.
Man, what a heartbreak tonight. Cody was the class of the field. I thought your strategy was going to work tonight, staying out a little bit longer to try to make that work. Was that the kind of the goal, to see how far you could stretch it, to stay out there and have fresher tires at the end?
Yeah, well, my goal was I was going to do the exact opposite of Cody. So I was either going to try to undercut him or overcut him, and then he actually pitted one lap earlier than I was expecting. So then I just said, all right, well, this is the strategy I'm on now, and I'm just going to run it as long as it'll go. And I figured, those extra, 6-7 laps of our last pit stop, even if a caution came out, after he had pitted, trapped him a lap down, or after I had already pitted, and any time between there and the end, I figured I was going to have some fresher tires, and I thought it might work. I definitely didn't have anything on him for speed. He was definitely a class of field, like you said.
Brian, 100 laps, 0 cautions. Who would have thunk it?
Exactly. This is iOS. I was banking on at least one caution, and the one time it doesn't do it, it cost me the champion, or a shot at the championship, I should say.
Why can't we do that all the time in the iOS?
Right. It's pretty much the same thing that cost me the championship last year. Same thing. No late race cautions. Me screwing up getting on the pit road. So 2 years in a row. One of these years I'll win. I'll maybe get this championship.
Yeah, for sure. And I was excited to have a special wreckage replay all set up for tonight, and I couldn't even show it. So, but congratulations on second place. I mean, it's back-to-back seasons. I know last year Eddie Morris came in second, but it was nice to see you run up front all season long. And anybody you'd like to thank, or any shout-outs you want to give for the last time this season?
Yeah, as always, I got to thank my beautiful wife for letting me do this, hanging out with everybody. Everybody at iOS was a great season. You guys, Cody did a great job today. He was awesome. He won the last 3 races in a row, so can't take anything away from him. He was definitely the dominant guy at the end of the season when it counted. Got to thank Max, the main guy, putting it all on. Just everybody else, all my teammates at Tupac, Cheeseburger, we got Brandon White, Junior, or Isaiah, but he hasn't been here. I don't know where he's been lately, so he's not showing up. I guess since he didn't make the Final Four, he's just crying, sitting at home. We miss you, buddy. And then, as always, I got to thank Gil's Dump Truck Service, the fastest dump trucks in the Northwest.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the falling just a little short, but I know it's something to hang your head on, as you had a hell of a season this year, and we look forward to next season, what it brings you.
Yep, and also got a shot to win the truck championship tomorrow too, so hopefully I can get after that.
That is correct. So we'll see you tomorrow night for the truck championship.
Yep. Oh, also got to give a big old shout out to the bot squad out there. I know y'all were cheering for me once Colin went a lap down, so hey-o.
Awesome job, Brian. We'll talk to you later.
Hey, have a good one.
And the man of the hour tonight, Mr. Cody Moore. Let's pull Cody in here. Cody, you got Josh and Matt in the booth. You got us?
You guys.
Man, congratulations. What a show. I mean, you just absolutely dominated tonight, leading from pretty much from the start to finish. I know you had that great battle with Colin Willems at the beginning. Looks like he burnt up his stuff a little bit, and you were able to get by and just set sail from there. I mean, what was the strategy tonight? Was it just to kind of cut the race into thirds, or did you have something else in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, it went flawless. Like, I mean, first of all, let's go! Yeah, it was a flawless run. I found a line in practice that just it didn't make the car tight, it didn't make the car loose, and I could just pace myself by about 1/10 of a second each lap, and then kind of top out at 32. That was my goal, to stay under 32 all race. And the first stint went great. I was a little worried battling with Colin, but I knew if he was up top there, he was getting tight. So I just kind of saved my stuff underneath him there, and then yeah, the first pit stop, I was planning on coming in about every 32. Yeah, that first pit stop, I went in, and when I saw Brian keep going and Dakota keep going, I knew I was in good shape, because it's just the fall off is so much every lap. And then unfortunately, I got in this pack of lappers, and I guess they had just come in a couple laps after me, and they just had almost identical speed, and I completely burnt my stuff up. I had no speed. Brian was catching me like crazy. I was running like 32.5s, just praying for the pit stop, and then when it came time around lap 70, I think it was, something I don't even remember. I came in, and then I saw Brian stay out, and I knew at that point it was over, because Camper and Willems weren't really a factor at that point. I was just worried about Brian.
Cody, curious, how many laps of practice do you put in for something like this? Because you could tell that you had to put in a bunch of laps.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. I got caught earlier today by Brian. I had a private session up, because the only way you can get the fuel right is if you do a hosted session. And I had a private session up, and then Brian put one up after me. So that was pretty funny. But I'd say I've probably run 400 laps this week.
Well, man, congratulations! You did all the right things. We did comment on that pack of lappers. That was Logan Hagerman and them. They were definitely staying right there with you. But any shout outs you got to give tonight? Anyone you want to thank on this championship?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. And real quick, I just want to say thank you to that group of lappers, especially Logan Hagerman, for just working with me and being patient. I know that wasn't easy. I know they were trying to get their lap back. I finally let them go, and that was really, really cool of them to work with me there. But as far as thank yous go, it's everyone. It's my beautiful wife, my 2 awesome kids, my dad, my mom, all my friends at home, the guys in the league here, Brian and Knuutti. I have like the highest level of respect for that guy. I have a blast racing with him. He's fast. Stephen Black, the dude's an alien sometimes. I'm lucky to be able to beat him that one time I needed to beat him this year. I'm pretty sure if he was here tonight, I probably wouldn't have had a chance. Cycling racing, Sylvan, crew chiefing. He did an awesome job tonight. It was unbelievable. The degenerates in the channels, you guys are my inspiration in life. You keep me going on days when I have hard days. And then especially to Max for running the league and everyone involved, and you guys in the broadcast booth. You're doing an awesome job. I'm thankful to everyone.
Yeah, and I just read in the chat in the Discord here. I completely forgot to mention that 3 in a row for you.
Hey, I'm surprised as you are that 2 of those come on an oval. I was talking to Dakota, and I was talking to Colin today, and they were all like, "You got this." And I don't know if you guys got a statistician on staff, but if you look at my average finish on an oval before these last 2 races, it's god awful. I mean, I think I was the 8th seed in the playoffs. Like I said, I just found something on these last 2 tracks.
Hey, sometimes it's all it takes. It doesn't matter where you start; it's where you finish. So
For sure.
Congratulations again. It's going to be a great party tonight, I'm sure, where you're at. And yeah, as you said, the degenerates, the meme page keeps us all going. So we thank you for that as well.
Oh, can I just get a real quick Dustin Dean sucks in real quick?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, Dustin Dean sucks.
There you go. Congratulations, Cody. And
Thanks, Josh.
We'll look forward to next season to see if you can defend.
For sure. Thank you.
You're welcome. Man, Matt, what a race tonight. What a finish. What a way to finish the season.
It really was. It really was. I thought there would have been a caution or two. Not what we typically see, but no, it wasn't to be.
Yeah.
And to see someone that dominant, wire to wire, just take off and go.
And as you
Pretty impressive.
and as you said, he's not an oval racer. He's a road racer. That's where he cut his teeth at iRacing. That's where he feels most comfortable. So for him to have a championship in the iOS Oval Series and win, like he said, 2 oval races to get there, that says a lot. So
Yeah, he
man,
put the time in.
he
I mean,
did.
400 laps that's some time.
Absolutely. So Matt, thank you, man. It's been a pleasure calling the season with you this year. And man, I look forward to seeing what next year is going to bring.
Likewise, Josh. Pleasure's all mine.
These guys will be taking a couple weeks off for a little off season before they start their new season. Do apologize, I cannot remember the exact day of the next season, but again, congratulations to Cody Moore, our 2021 season 1 champion. Well deserved, young man. Well deserved, and yeah, we'll have to see if he's able to repeat next year. Tomorrow night, though, as Brian Knuutti alluded to, we have the finale for the Truck Series here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And as we know, Brian Knuutti is one of the top 4 in that as well. I'm trying to see if I have the top 4 for the Truck Series before we go, just to make sure that I have the right information, which I do not. They have not fully updated the points yet. I do apologize. But I do know Brian Knuutti is in that, as well as, let's see if we have, I believe Devin Buccino, Brian Knuutti, Colin Willems, and Logan Hagerman, I believe, are the top 4 going tomorrow night. So 2 of our top 4 that were in tonight's race have a chance tomorrow night to bring home a championship as well. So my name's Josh Hall for Intensity Broadcasting, joined tonight with Mr. Matt Knights. And on behalf of all of us here at iRacing, on Intensity Broadcasting, congratulations again to Cody Moore. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Go ahead and drop a like on the Twitter as well, Intensity Broad 1. And check out eRacing TV if you haven't already on the Roku, the Fire Stick. Check that out. It's just another way to watch and support us. And as Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over